There's heaps of options from there, and like I'm sure Adam will be able to add some stuff into it as well that you can go to and things. That's a system. The choke system is one of the systems that I use and prioritise as one of my main attack systems. From the butterfly and from the full guard. The shoulder crunch, like I mentioned, something I've been playing around with. It's only kind of something new that I've been working on. It's something that I've kind of done from about 3 or 4 techniques that I've put together that I'm having high success with at the moment. I don't see too many other people out there doing this kind of system at the moment, and it kind of works on you doing good jiu-jitsu, which is like you've got the shoulder control, you've got the head control, and we're kind of capitalizing on them doing good jiu-jitsu to attack them. Question, so Professor Tone's got his...
Can you quickly just go through the, just through both of them, the choke and shoulder punch and over gradual arm motion?
Yep, okay, yep. From half?
Anyway.
Okay.
Just go through the choke first and then
choke.
Shoulder punch.
Yeah. So the choke system, once again, from the inside, kill it from here, up, push, backstroke, come up, head position, feed it. So if I could feed the hand into the collar right now, I'll take it. It doesn't have to be too high. Right, boom, from here, feed. This is the motion. I've got to keep my hand far enough away that my partner can't grab it. Right, so when I'm doing the choke system, I come over my partner. I don't pull my partner to me. I come over to my partner.
Can you
So,
over this part?
so from here, right, watch what this hand does, watch what this hand. So as I come in is, okay, I'll explain to you. If I pull my partner to me, which way is my momentum going? Yeah, right, okay. So what I'm doing is, as I'm driving, that exposes the backside from here.
Is that also locking the arm? Is there a bite
It's
on that
not an
arm?
arm bar, but he can't, yeah.
You lock
So
them.
here, watch. Okay, first things first is I cut his ear off. Secondly, from here is I now start to pull the head into a position so we can roll. There's not much point rolling with the head high, so I pull the position. From here, start the choke. It's a super tight choke.
With the shoulder punch again?
The shoulder crunch, go. So from here, boom, hand comes over the back of the collar. From here, the part on the shoulder crunch that I want to concentrate on is if I'm the back side or the top side of the shoulder, he can wriggle his shoulder out and he's going to lose, I'm going to lose it. So the biggest part for me is I come over the shoulder. Once I'm on the shoulder is I take my right elbow down, I lean into it. I haven't done the crunch yet, but he's already feeling it. Once I start to create space, I pull the shoulder in from here. The beautiful thing about this is that if he realizes that the shoulder crunch on and tries to push away right, with his right hand, gives me everything I want. Does that kind of make sense? And I've already got the hand in, close away. Make sure once again I'll come to my partner, over, pinky down, great position, choke.
So if you pay attention to what the arms are doing on the finishes, it's exactly the same motion, it's a winding motion. So like one elbow is going in, the other one's rotating upwards. So that's what I was just trying to, that's the same mechanics.
Cool, thank you. Any other questions, guys? Yes.
Adam, with the shoulder crunch, I also noticed that it's critical which way your hands are.
100%.
So, easy way to remember, pretend you're looking at your wristwatch. So if your hand is around the opposite way, you can't really see your wristwatch. Does that make sense? And then you're actually going quite high up into the scapula, is that it? So don't go too low, or else it's just not going to give you that tension, that torque, and that direction.
Fight!
On the choke one,
Yeah.
when can you, like your head's going higher when you're going over for the overwrap?
Yep.
So you maintain like head position lower, then you're coming high, then you're going lower again.
So-
when are you high and when are you low?
Here, watch. That. So now, this stops him from coming in from repummeling his head, which allows me.
So as soon as you get that right hand going, you
Yeah.
get head position.
Because if I'm going here and if I go, I've missed the choke, like man, I'm too shallow, I don't want to put him in a position where he can push me onto my back. So if I'm here, because the choke's shallow, he can push me onto my back. So if I'm missing this, I'm always doing this to reset. So I can at least come in now, this choke's easy peasy. So I'll always have that distance management before or until I get my controls.
What's your primary move offensively when you get to the rim? In no view, is you kind of portrait now. So what do you do?
So, I'm so playing guard bottom.
Yeah, bottom with the overhook position. Portrait now. So what do you do?
Yeah, right. So full guard or butterfly.
Butterfly.
Okay, yeah. It's not my thing. I'm not. It's not my thing. But I've got a little system I do, which I've sent to my partner, and so from here I've got the overhook system. Because I don't have access to the collar, and I can't do. I do one of two things. First things first. I always cup my hands together, so I pull the arm in. At least I've got the containment to my partner. What I like to do now is I like to just roll my partner down. It's kind of one of my go-tos on this at the moment. It's a shoulder crunch system, but I'm doing it on the opposite side. So anytime it gets, like I used to kind of go to dog fight, I used to try and go to guillotine, I used to try and get the sweep. But with the no gets quite hard, so I find like from here, I kind of go shoulder crunch, but it's here. I just roll the shoulder down, so it's pretty much shoulder crunch system. It's exactly the same as what the system we've done before. Whatever you guys do, don't throw your leg over the back now. It's in his favour. Turn your knee down, come on the inside. This is a far better position for you. Because I see so many don't get this, but my hands come in, so I go to here. And I kind of like, I might be able to get a triangle, I might be able to get it on my platter. He's going to smash my knee with his right hand, step straight through, and he's going to be in this position where he has the underhook on me. So I try to block that out by putting my knee on the inside. My choice, but I'm kind of focusing on the shoulder crunch system at the moment, so that's kind of what I've been playing around with. The other one that I do at the moment is, once we're here, the other thing I've been doing is just the knee tap. Easy peasy knee tap from there. Cool. Anything else? Yes.
How do you maintain yourself outside of jiu-jitsu?
How to maintain myself? I believe rehab is really underrated. If you've followed me or looked at my social, I'm down the beach every morning. Middle of winter, I swim in the ocean in board shorts when it's 3 degrees or whatever like that. Really important. It's not just the salt water therapy; it's that mental solitude. I kind of find I like challenges, and don't get me wrong. Like it's like there's mornings I've been sitting in my car. It's pissing down with rain. It's a west wind. There's a 7-meter swell. Like I'm going to friggin' die out here. I'm going to drown to death. But I know if I don't do it, I can go to Yellow and have my coffee and kind of kick myself for not doing that one difficult thing, or I can go and do it. So that's one thing, is that saltwater therapy, that mental awareness and going out there. Number 2, stretch after every session, man. Like stretch. That's really important. Like you guys should be stretching a lot, and particularly as you get older, if you haven't stretched when you're younger, it will come back and bite you in the ass, and you wish that you'd stretched. Number 3, do your strength conditioning. Like jiu-jitsu is great for jiu-jitsu, but like you have what they call weapons and asset. Like if you work on your strength, it's an asset, it's a tool. If you work on your flexibility, it's an asset, it's a tool. If you work on your cardio and your endurance, it's an asset and it's a tool. You don't go to your jiu-jitsu gym to do your strength and conditioning training. If you want to be a high-level athlete, you've got to do the sacrifices and do the things that no other person's going to do. You've got to kind of make time to go to the gym. You've got to make time to do your stretching. You've got to make time for that mental solitude. The more you train, the more time you need to mentally get your mind back down again. The thing about stretching, if you stretch late at night, so we have a hard session, like you guys do, your metal chasers round. Your heart's racing, your mind's going through, you're going to go home, fuck, that guy passed my guard 3 times, what the fuck's going on? If you don't change your mind by stretching and concentrate on your breathing, bring your heart rate down and take yourself away from that environment, when you go home to sleep at night, you're still thinking about what you've gone through. So it's so important that on that stretching, everything goes down. When you stretch, you don't think about anything apart from your stretching. It has to be a minimum of 15 minutes to take it away. Anything less than 15 minutes doesn't do its job. 15 minutes, and it's got to be a stretch that has a purpose. The minimum hold for a stretch is 45 seconds. You should be doing 1 minute. There's something silly like your head should be below your heart on a stretching session for more than 5 minutes to help stop calcification of the brain. It's this really weird, bizarre thing. I can't remember the exact thing, but the more that your head is below your heart, the more it does good for the blood and the decalcification. It helps stop Alzheimer's and helps stop other diseases, because we're up here all the time, so the heart's pumping blood up. But once you put your head down onto the ground and the blood flows reverse, it does really good stuff for your brain. So that's kind of well, my stretching. I have a minimum of 4 minutes where our head is below our heart to help the decalcification. And the last one, man, is do yourself a favour, eat good food. Like that, like I rarely have junk food. Like rarely, I eat chocolate. That's my vice. I have chocolate. I'm not gonna like it. I probably have way too much chocolate. It's my vice. But I very rarely have really bad food. Even my bad food, by consideration, is actually still really good food. What you put into your body is what you're going to get out. If you're going to do your medal chasers session at night, right, you got to make sure you've got the food inside your body prior to doing that. And I don't mean 2 hours before. You should be prepping that up a week before, so your body's got the stores of everything inside it. And you should be having your protein no more than 90 minutes after your session. Your protein should be done within 45 minutes to an hour and 15 after each session to be absorbed to about maximum use of it. I've only just recently started taking supplements, turmeric, vitamin C, omega fish oil, and magnesium. I've never taken it. I've never taken it, and I just started taking it. I don't know if it's helped me, but I know it hasn't made me feel any worse. So, you know, but I didn't take any of that stuff. The only reason my knees, I have old man knees, my knees hurt, so it was that. But I found really weird. I found stretching my back out stopped my knees from hurting. Bizarre. Now my back hurts. I'm trying to put that in, and no, it doesn't hurt. Does that?
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Yes.
Yeah, with your stretching, do you follow a particular program, or do you just...
I have one routine. I've been using routine, and this is really weird. We went in 2019, maybe. When did we go to Robert Drysdale's gym? 13. Oh shit, I'm old. We went to Drysdale's gym to do a no-gi training camp, and it was 2 weeks of pretty intense. And then at the end of the sessions, like, you know, everyone's walking off the mat, and Tyrone and me and the others start stretching, and Robert Drysdale comes up and goes, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" And stretching and explained it. So he ended up doing the stretch session with us. And then, like, at the end of the week, goes, "Oh, I'm doing that every session now. You show me." So Robert Drysdale started following our stretch session. It's kind of bizarre. Like, it was this really, weird thing. But you've kind of got to work that way, or you've got to work that way. You kind of don't do this, and then I'll do a little bit of this, and then I'll do some of it. You've got to follow so that it flows your body. If it doesn't flow your body, it's not going to do you any good. Because, you know, you're going to loosen this up, going to loosen this up, going to loosen this up, then you're going to loosen this up. But as you're doing that, that gets tighter. Oh, I've got to go back to that. You know, so follow a flow that it's either top to bottom or bottom to top. Sorry?
No.
You know what? I've had so many people ask me to put the stretch routine up there. I'll do that just for you guys. Yeah, I'll put that up there. 17 minutes of watching us stretch and breathe.
You have the very fast one on Dunsborough Beach.
Oh, actually, I do. Emma and I have one where we're on Dunsborough Beach doing it in fast forward. But I'll do one.
Maybe if you do like 30 seconds of each,
Easy peasy. I'll do that for you guys. Yep, 100%.
How many sessions of rolling per week do you think is like optimal for progression, like not getting injured? So like light, moderate, and hard intensity.
I get asked that a lot, and it's really up to the individual. Like, I can't expect a 60-year-old to do the same sessions as a 21-year-old. I can't expect someone that works behind a desk and has a family to have the same commitment as someone that's surfing all day, and just, it's really up to you. Like, my answer is how good do you want to be, and how much spare time do you have?
I feel like a good metric's like putting in at least the equal amount of tech sessions to rolling sessions. Like, you get carried away after a while, and I've been guilty of it. Just like, I just want to roll. but you should really do the tech sessions as well. It's the same as strength and conditioning. Like have a nice even spread of all of them.
You guys have the ability, right, with the timetable that you have, where you've got, if you're serious about your training, the comp rounds where you come in, the training is for you. It's selfish. It's about you improving your competition standard. You're here to help each other, but if you don't go into comp rounds with a desired goal and outcome, you might as well just do open rolling. Your open rolling is where you get to battle test yourself out in positions, have fun, enjoy, test new technique, have fun. Your technique session is where you actually get to learn and kind of go, even if I don't do that, I now understand what someone's trying to do to me in a session. So you need it all. I believe that the combination for me at my level would be, I enjoy the comp rounds. So I'll probably get 3 or 4 comp round sessions in a week that are hard sessions. I'll probably get 3 open rolling sessions in, and I coach 15 classes a week of technique where I get to go over technique myself. But your goal is, if you don't have a game plan, if you don't have a go-to, you need to get the tech sessions so that you understand what you can do and where you should be going to. Open rolling is worth its weight in gold. Comp rounds, man. Coming up to tournament, we up our comp training. Outside of tournaments, I downgrade it a little bit, mainly because I'm old. I'm old. I can't keep up with young guys doing it. But when I'm in there, I want to smash as much as the young guys. I want to be competitive with the young 21-year-olds that are, like 32, 3. How old am I? How old?
21.
60.
50, 54. So, I want to be competitive with the 21-year-olds. One of my goals and one of my life things going to tick off is that at some stage my 2 boys are going to get their black belts, hopefully. And Emma will probably get a black belt as well. And we're going to go to the World Adults tournament, and I'm going to jump in with the young 21, 23-year-olds at 80 years old, whenever it is, and fight them and choke some young kid unconscious and then pull a hamstring. Oh, I can't continue. But no, I don't particularly care about losing. It's not the big thing. The experience for me is what I've done. I've done enough tournaments and competitions. I've won enough stuff now that for me it's all about, I just want to have fun, man. Win or lose, I'm going out there to have fun. I'm not going out there kind of go, man, I really hope I'll lose this match. It's going to be so good. I'm going out there to beat the shit out of the guy. But the journey and the experience outweighs more than the outcome for me right now. Very different to where you guys are. Kevin.
Along the same lines, how do you structure your open rolling? Are you just going in there to have fun with your roll, or are you going in with a specific task for the week, or how
if I'm coming up to competition, I will work 3 majors. I'll work on number 1 is getting to mount. That's my major goal in get to mount. I find if I can get to mount on people, I can finish them. 9 out of 10 people, I'll finish you on the world stage. Like on the world stage, I've had more success choking people from mount than I have from any other position besides my guard. Number 2, guard passing. If I can't pass your guard, I'm in deep shit. So I'll get to a stage where I'll pass your guard, I'll let you go back in the guard or re-guard, and I'll pass your guard again. And I'll have fun. I'll do that left side and right side. Number 3 is I'll work on my negatives. I'll let you start off on side control. I'll let you start off in where I'm in a bad position, and I'll work it out because I know it's not comp rounds where they're going to smash it on or that. I get to play around. So there's my 3 major goals is guard passing. On the flip side, that is guard, mount, and then is escapes.
Last one, extensions and peaks, generally, but you've got a bit going on. Your husband, your father, you've got your own game that you develop and work on. Compete, armour, SGT, ref, work on your stretching, you've got a lot going on. Do you have to constantly put in effort to balance out all the elements in your life, or have you just got a drum beat and a rhythm going now that kind of just works? It's all on is it a constant effort?
My life is pretty much done in 5-minute intervals. I'm really good at, I have to be here, I have to be here, I have to be here. That's just done through sheer dedication, and I know what I want out of life. Like, no one's going to give me anything. I'm not going to go, I want that gold medal, hey, can I go and buy one? No one's going to go to me, I want to be really fit. can you go and get fit for me? Like there's shit that you have to do in life, you got to take ownership of that. If like I have exactly the same amount of hours as every single other person. I'm up super early. I love my solitude in the morning. I love getting my mind around it. But my life is pretty much in 5-minute intervals, and I have fixed criteria that I have to achieve each day. And I'm okay if I don't achieve it once or twice. Third time, that's not acceptable. So, you know, like if I said to you, like, and this was never anything I was taught, but if I said to you, like, I can guarantee you're going to be more successful in life if you have a plan and a goal. But the trouble with a lot of people is that they kind of go, I want to be a world champion. I want to get my blue belt. I want to get my purple belt. So the focus becomes on the blue belt or the purple belt, and they kind of focus on that. But people forget that your blue belt and your purple belt is about your strength and conditioning. It's about your stretching. It's about what you eat. It's how you present yourself in the gym and outside the gym. It's your hygiene. But hygiene's fucking huge, guys, you know? We went down to Margaret River to do a seminar. First thing I do is get out of my car, clean my teeth, put some deodorant on, some aftershave. I'm gonna smell nice for you guys. I'm not gonna have stinky breath. I'm gonna make sure that, you know, if you guys give me my time, you guys are gonna get good reward for it. So I want to do all these things, and like I'll probably, as a white belt going to blue belt, it was I've got to do 5 things. But now I realise those 5 things comes 25 things or 30 things, and it's I can guarantee every single one of you guys could climb Mount Everest if I carved 10 million stairs into it. But no one wants to do the effort to carve the stairs to work out that path. Everyone tries to go, that's what he did, I just covered it. But there's a lot of stuff that you don't see that goes on. But there's a lot of stuff that we do that no one sees that we do, you know, and you know, like Adam Jarks and all the others. So, but you've got to go above and beyond to be better than the person next to you if that's what you want to do. Don't compare yourself to anyone, man. Comparison is the root of all evil. Like, man, you do not know what's going on in their life. Like I get a lot of people kind of say to me, like, oh, you know, like, you know, you're really lucky to do what you do. I'm like, fuck, lucky's got nothing to do with it, man. You know, I don't see you up at like 5:30 in the morning down the beach. I don't see you rolling 3 times a day in there. But, you know, like, if I said to you, like, 20 years ago, I had $30,000 in debt. My gym was about to be closed because I couldn't pay my lease. I had to sell my car to buy a bike. I had to sell my bike to buy food. I lived out of my parents' house because I couldn't afford to rent. I had a can of tuna for my breakfast and my lunch. That was all I could afford to eat. I charged $45 for an hour session. I started at 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to run 45 minutes from my parents' house with a backpack on in the pissing down rain to get to the gym to open up to do an hour PT, then wait 3 hours for the next PT. But how many people would be willing to do that? Or kind of go, this fucking sucks, I'll just go and get a job and work for someone else. I'm not. I know what I want, man. I know what I want, and I'm prepared to do the shit that's required to get there. Man, like people don't know, like, I've been on the verge of being bankrupt a couple of times because I couldn't afford to pay rent. At one stage, I had to borrow $27,000 off my mum and dad because the landlord said to me, if you don't pay 6 months rent up front, you're out of here. And I went, I don't have $27,000. And mum and dad, I went, hey, you know, like, I need $27,000. And they're like, for what? I said, to run my martial arts gym. And they're like, why don't you go and get a job like everyone else? I said, because I'm not like everyone else. I honestly and truly believe I can make this successful. But I need that break. I need that one thing. I need that opportunity. And it was pretty much at the end of that $27,000, I either walk out there and I'm bankrupt and I owe my mum and dad. Can you imagine only owing your mum and dad $27,000 because you fucked up? Like, no, seriously, like that by itself was this huge mental drive. I can't afford to let my mum and dad down. And it was that, like, so for me, I've been on the end where I've had no money. I've lived on cans of tuna. I didn't have a motor transport. I didn't have anything. I owed money, people that were important to me that I couldn't let down. So for me to get to what I want to do, it was pretty much, okay, how can I get 5 members into my gym? How can I get 10 members into my gym? How can I get 20 members into my gym? How can I make those 20 members bring in 2 friends each? How can I look the part? How can I act the part? How can I make people want to train me? What can I do? And pretty much the answer was just for you, because you're passionate about what you want to do, just for you. Don't compare yourself to, like, I don't want to be like John Will. Fuck, man, like, are you guys figuring this? Okay. Mainly because I'm not going to leave my family to go travelling around the world to do seminars and travelling around Australia to do seminars. That's not me. That's what John Will does, but I don't want that. I want to be at my gym. You know, it's only recently I've got this opportunity to come to other gyms and to kind of go, man, this is friggin' awesome. I understand what John Will enjoys, but I'm not traveling too far. I'm staying in WA, you know what I mean? Like, I'm staying here. I'll come out, but I don't want that opportunity to do it. That might change soon. We'll leave that up. So, but right now, it's where I want it. But, like, sometimes to get what you want and to know what you want, you've got to have everything taken away from you. Seriously, like, man, you guys have black belt coaches. You guys got a gym. You got mats on the ground. Like, you guys are living in the high life. You got freaking fans going. You know what I mean? Like, you guys don't know how good you've got it. Yeah, Adam's a high-level competitor. He's out there, like, Ryan's out there doing it, stretching, massaging his leg. He's still good. You know, like, no, but, you know, you guys don't understand how good it is. And if you guys start comparing, oh man, that gym over there's got that, or that guy's driving that fancy car, or that, man, you're going to lose everything that you're enjoying out of life. Don't compare yourself. Be really happy with what you have. Like, really enjoy what you have. Be happy with it. Now, you don't know what's gone through. You don't know what they've gone through to get to where they are. And if you're not happy with where you are, you have the opportunity to change it. No one's stopping you, apart from yourself. Okay, guys. Thank you very much, Adam. And Adam and Ryan, thank you guys. Like, man, blown away. I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you. All yours.
A couple of things I want to say. Just first of all, congratulations, Kev, today getting the purple belt. And just backing up on what Adam's saying about essentially what you put into jiu-jitsu is what you get out, right? Like, we don't do gradings based on time here. Like, one thing I hear a lot of people say is, oh, so-and-so must be due for their insert X belt here because they've been training X amount of years or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's guys in every gym that train, you know, 2 years and become world beaters, and guys that train 20 years, but they just show up and go through the motions and they don't learn jiu-jitsu. They're on the mat, yeah, they're showing up, but they don't want to get anything out of it because they're not putting anything in. So it comes down to what you put in, and time is the least important metric in the belt. There's a minimum time. That just means you have to pass that minimum time. You're not going to get a purple belt sooner than 2 years from your blue belt. That doesn't mean at 2 years you get a purple belt. That's completely irrelevant. There's a minimum criteria you must meet. Kev was a blue belt for 4 years. That's twice the minimum time. So that's what it takes sometimes, right? Kev's on the mat nearly every day. He's here for the lunch class. He used to do a lot of the night classes, medal chases, competed a lot at the blue belt. This is what it takes, you know what I mean? So don't think by rocking up and just showing up and showing your face that you're going to get a belt from me, you know what I mean? It's what you put in. You could get it way quicker just by getting good at jiu-jitsu. The number one fix-all for getting a belt is getting good at jiu-jitsu. And along that journey, ironically, you'll stop giving a fuck about that belt because you'll get something that really matters, and that's the skill. And the belt is a recognition of that skill. So it's hard to understand that early on. When you're a white belt, being a blue belt, you think it's the most important thing in the world. You know what I mean? But when you get that belt, you realize the next day you come in, just another day on the mat. You know what I mean? With a slightly bigger target on your back. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that really changes. And the higher up guys start going a little bit harder against you. And Kev's got that to look forward to now. Guys will go a bit harder and start smashing you a bit harder. And when you compete, obviously the level jumps and all those things. But it sounds cliche, but you have to learn to start appreciating the journey because time goes fast. And one day you'll be where I am looking back and thinking, that was a really long journey, but it seems like it took a week. It just goes like that. So learn to appreciate those steps along the way and grow into your belt and understand you've got an opportunity where you're at to get better and compete and learn and put the time into that belt and appreciate what you are. The belts will come over time, all right? So get back what you put in and you'll understand things from a better perspective. Second of all, thanks so much for Adam for coming down. It's the first time I've had him down at the gym, and it's just awesome to have him come down and share some technique with you guys, and really appreciate it. Thanks again, Adam. Thank you.
I'll put the stuff